Guys, welcome to the West Ham world. What is going on in the West Ham transfer world? It is insane. It is crazy. What a window. Never in my lifetime can I remember a window this crazy where yesterday I was on here like, I might go quiet for a few days and then we might pick something up with a centre back or the right back situation. But overnight, as I said, as we've all been saying, all the channels out there, this Tobido one has not gone away. This whole window, we know we've been interested. We know Juventus were in there. But something happened last night where Tim's agreed a deal of a loan with an obligation to buy for 40 million euros. Incredible, incredible. What a statement. But honestly, as I've put in the comments below, 80 million on two centre backs. That's like what like old Man City used to do, or you expect like one of these huge Premier League clubs to go boom, 40 million on two centre backs, 27 million on a striker, 27 million on a winger. It's insane. It's insane. I can't believe the window we've had. There's nothing I can say. Listen, I keep saying about icing on the cake, icing on the cake. The icing on the cake still would be for me, we have to get that right back. If we get that right back, two centre backs with loads of potential and young as well, striker, we've got the left winger, we've got the centre midfield cover, we've got the young Guilherme as well. Flynn Dan's out the door, Zuma out the door, potentially, hopefully, someone like Soucek goes as well. And then you've got Ings and Soufal to go. Honestly, I can't stop smiling. You can see the that's a really good point, Derek, actually. This is unreal. What a window. It was like the Biscuit Man. Yeah, obviously the Biscuit Man bought everyone. But yeah, it's that same sort of vibe. What other comments we got here? A couple of other comments here. Can you believe it? I can't, mate. It's like, I thought, as much as I kept saying Tobido one, I think there was life in it. I just didn't think we'd spend that much money. And the fact that we've done it as a loan to buy is so clever. It's so clever because it deflects the payment off to next season. We are building a squad, and you can tell, on social media, there's a bit of envy and a bit of like, oh, what are West Ham cooking here from like Man United fans, the Villa fans. And I like the Villa fans whenever they talk on here, but it's nice to know other teams are slightly getting a little bit nervy about West Ham. Listen, it might not work straight away, and I'm big enough. I've seen West Ham do this before, and if there's any team that it can go wrong for, it's us, and we know that. But Tim Steidten, he has give Julian Lopetegui the tools. Like, part of it's probably a bit of Tim, some of it's Julian. Obviously, Julian, we can't underestimate. He's Paul as well. He's managed some big clubs, and he talks well with the players. And I imagine he's selling this project as well. Dale says, Common Uni's top 6 team on paper now to put on a bit. That is it. The fact that we've been backed this heavily. Well, Lopetegui's been backed this heavily. We have to get in Europe. Like that's. I'll take Conference League again. I will. Europa League should be the target, but I would take Conference League again. It's a journey. It's what frustrates me. And again, I shouldn't look over old stuff. Again, it's probably Moyes was a big part of the problem with Diver and David transfers. Imagine we would have done this sort of thing when Dex was still here. That January, where we went out to Frankfurt. If we would have done something like this and really shown intent, where could we have been? But that's gone now. We're showing intent now to people like Kudus and people like Bowen, I think, stays, whatever. Maybe someone like Alvarez, who was considering a move to Manchester United, might start thinking, oh, actually, I like this project here. I like what West Ham are doing. And that's what it is. I listen to a lot of talk sport, and it's interesting when you hear ex-players talk about it. When a new player comes through the door, it gets them excited. It's like, oh, West Ham are doing something. West Ham are really doing something here. And all of a sudden, players that were secure of their place have to raise their game, get back on their toes. And it's just brilliant. What a window. What a window. Like I say, get a right back sorted. and I'm really, really happy. Would I like another striker? Yes. You know, if Ings was to go, and there was an option, and I'm thinking maybe we could structure some sort of a deal with Villa, very similar to this Tobido one, where it's a loan to buy, so that again you deflect that to next year. Again, this may be all on the premises that someone big is going to be sold next summer. I'm okay with that. But I don't necessarily think it's a banker. Don't get it wrong. If Kudus has a worldie of a season, which I expect him to, 85 million is going to look like cheap, real cheap for him, and you would expect him to go next summer. But if it is on that emphasis and there is a planning that, we've bought all these good players, we've put in a good position, Kudus does go next summer for 85 million, I trust him to be able to sort that out and continue that on. And like I say, if that Kudus money has bought Duran and bought Tobido, etc., you can see the plan. I would expect Paquetá to go next summer as well. There might be two big ones that go. I don't mind. I don't mind if it's, one big player has to go, but then you can invest and build the team better. We arguably, again, until you see them play, we don't fully know. But on paper now, Jesus, what a team. What a team. Let's have a look at the comments, guys. Keep them coming in. I'm not going to go for too long, but I felt the need to come on live and have a little chat with you guys. Unreal. This shows the intent. Superb business. Clever tactics. I am talking West Ham. You bet I am. This window has set us up for the next few windows. Got the likes of Pat, Kudus and Alvarez to cash in on, and an update more. Yeah, and as well, if Tobido is a big success and we sell him, if he's a success and we bought for 40 million, straight away, if you're a success in the Premier League, your money almost at least doubles. So, you'd be looking at 75 million maybe for him. Guilherme, we don't know what his sort of ceiling is. Somerville, if he has a good season at West Ham, he's only 22. We bought for 27 million. He's got potential to go on and be a 45 million pound player. It's really exciting times at West Ham. Can't wait for the season to start now. Can't wait to see what Lopetegui's idea is. I watched a great podcast, Claret and Booze, this morning, talking about we've got to stop thinking about West Ham as an 11. I don't think West Ham are going to be an 11 as more either. I think it's going to be so fluid. Gone are the days of the David Moyes where you straight away predict it's so check and blah, 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 blah. Now we've got, is he going to put Paquetá there? Is he going to put Rodriguez there? Is he going to put Alvarez there? What two centre-backs is he going to go for? Is he going to go for three centre-backs? Is it going to be Somerville on the left? Is it going to be Kudus on the left? Is it going to be Bowen there? Is it going to be Falco? Is it going to be Antonio? It's so exciting. And our bench is going to be stacked next year. It is going to be stacked with talent and game changers. One thing we've lacked is so long under Moyes is a game changer. People like, if Somerville was coming off the bench, if... just it's going to be so brilliant. It's going to be so brilliant. Fortnite said, I keep being unsubscribed from the channel. I don't know why, mate. That's nothing. I have no control over that. I have no control over who's subscribed and who's not subscribed. So apologies for that, mate. Whatever that issue is, might be with YouTube. That, that's it from me, guys, today. Just short and sweet, but incredible feeling to be a West Ham fan at the minute. But now we've really got to push on now. We've really got to have a good season. Like I say, might take a few weeks, even a month or so for him to really get the Moyes out of them. But I think the fact that we've brought in so many players that can start for West Ham, and sorry, I was going to wrap it up, but a really good point that I would like to make. We've bought players that are starting for teams. Kilman, one of Wolves' best defenders. Fulkrug didn't want to go from Dortmund. Dortmund weren't necessarily looking to sell him. Somerville, Leeds' best player. Rodriguez wanted by Barcelona. Tobido wanted by Juventus. Nice didn't want to sell. These are players that are wanted by their clubs. Usually West Ham are going and looking for players that, like a Danny Ings, no disrespect to him, that, are not necessarily wanted by their clubs. This is a great transition of business, transition of ideas. We look so much more professional this year. The way that Tim's played the market, like outbidding teams, being aggressive. If a deal doesn't work out, he'll go over there and sort another one out. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from West Ham. And we've always been so negative and you know, moany about it. But this one, there's nothing I can do but hold my hands up and say. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the West Ham World. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Check out our TikTok page as well. I do shorter videos that introduce these videos. Yeah, West Ham have an £80 million centre-back pairing. Let's go.